Ashe, peace family, Kanja Queen here. And in this segment, we are going to be getting into dragon magic and the mythical, forbidden, powerful serpentine energy. This power is so freaking amazing, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to get into some deep gems, and we're going to be dropping a lot of gems on the family up in here. So I hope you guys are ready for this gem I'm about to drop on y'all. You feel me? So, all right, we see the family coming up in our building. Hold on. Let's see. I wonder why the live stream is not coming up. Bear with me, family. I got you right now. I'm gonna open this up in another link. See, comment. Hold on, I got y'all right now. Y'all know YouTube be messing with us. We about to get live in here. Bear with me. All right. So we're going to be getting into a few gems up in here today, family. We're going to be talking about this serpentine energy. Is not coming in. Hold up. Let me mute that. Put this on live. All right, so I see you up in our building now. What's up, family? Peace, family. How's everybody up in here in our building? All right. I see my divine royalty family up in here. What's up, family members? And what's up to the new members? Welcome. You feel me? Welcome to the new people to the channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Kanja Queen. Here we're going to be talking about different topics on my channel. We talk about magic, metaphysics, controversial topics, but most of all, how to elevate yourself, how to get the freaking life and the freaking reality that you deserve. You feel me? We are all here about educating and enlightenment here and transformation. All right, so I see the live chat now. Also, make sure that you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We come up in our building, show your love and support, and also share. I share. We got 222 people up in here. Confirmation, powerful number. You feel me? Powerful number. Okay, so let me listen. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to get into pretty much in this segment here, we're going to be talking about dragon magic and also the powerful element of serpentine energy. We're going to be talking about the different deities that are related to this serpentine and this dragon magic energy, as well as certain like rituals that you guys can do to activate the dragon within you, how to feed your inner dragon, your serpent energy, the kundalini energy, the different types of serpents throughout the world, even though they have different names, dragons, serpents, sprites, and things like that nature. And we're also going to be talking about the dragon magic class that's coming up. So if you guys don't already know, there's a dragon magic class that I'm doing. It's going to be coming up this Sunday, February 16th at 5 p.m. Central Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So the link is actually in the description. If you guys want to sign up for the class, it's first come, first serve, and limited spots, just like the last class that we have. So make sure you guys sign up for that and don't wait till last minute, because a lot of people waited until last minute and they got mad at me because the class was full. So like I always say, I'm letting you guys know now, the class is going to be Sunday. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics. Some of the topics, we're going to touch upon some of the topics here in this live today. And we're going to be getting a lot deeper in the class. So make sure you guys check that out. Okay. So I wrote down some points that I want to get into. We're going to actually go in. You already know when I'm channeling, there's really no particular order, but I actually wrote down some points that we're going to get into in this class. So I hope that you guys have your pen and paper handy to write down notes, because I know in the Q&A, a lot of people usually ask questions that will be addressed. And okay, so moderators, I'm going to need you to be on your P's and Q's and be moderating and keep the trolls under control. Also, make sure that the family come in here and smash the thumbs up button when they come in to show support and love to the channel. When you hit that thumbs up button, you also help with the algorithms and you help spread the message. So also share this as well. Now, okay, so we're going to be getting into what are dragons and serpentine energy. We're going to be talking about some of the ways that dragons are portrayed in the media, such as anime, such as movies, and pop culture and things of that nature. Also in alchemy, Eastern and Western dragons. We're going to be talking about the Nagas. We're going to be talking about how a lot of these corporations use this dragon serpentine energy to fuel their business. A lot of businesses use the emblem and power of dragons and serpentine energy, and hence that's why they're doing so successful, i.e. Starbucks, you feel me, uses the image of Mami Wata, which is one of the sirens, and we're going to get into the sex sirens because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and a lot of y'all gonna want to use this freaking serpentine energy to get your freaking sex magic on and popping. If you guys do celebrate Valentine's Day, make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, because I'm going to give you guys some resources as well as some rituals so you can activate your dragon serpentine energy, not only just for sex, but for power, for wealth, for all of those good things, for blessings and for health. There's so many things you could do. And we're going to also read a passage from one of these powerful books that I have. I have a few books that I want to give you guys, so make sure you don't go anywhere, because the real gem is going to come a little bit later. But first, we're going to dive into it. So, all right, let's see how much people we got up here in the building before we get started. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button so we can get started, family. I got like 2 different windows open because Facebook is YouTube is hating right now. Okay, it says we got 222 likes, 300 something people. Let's get some more likes up in the building. You feel me? Ashe. We're going to get started in a minute. And listen, people that's asking how can it become Divine Royalty members, all you got to do is press the join button that's next to subscribe. Once you subscribe, hit the bell, but also the join button, press that, and you'll be able to sign up and become a Divine Royalty member. We have exclusive membership for, you have access to exclusive videos, live streams, and posts. Ashe, that only members have access to. So make sure you become a member so you can have those perks. All righty. So let's get some ashes up in our building. All right. I got like mad windows open right now. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see if I could close this out. All right. You feel me? All right. All right, so I see y'all come up in our building. What's up? How y'all doing? Cancer Nation. Yes, ashe. So we're going to get into this. 333. All right. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Tiara H. Okay, thank you, Straight Panther. Yes, Straight Panther. I see the moderators. All right. So yeah. Okay. All right, let's get started. How many minutes are we in on this thing? All right, let's get started. I got like 2 windows open. Forgive me, because YouTube's acting a little funny, guys. You know how they do. They never did this part before. They're not allowing me to see the live chat on this window, probably because my title. I got to be careful with how I title my my videos, because certain videos they mess with. So let's see. Okay, we getting some more likes up in our building. All righty, let's get started on this dragon magic class. All right, so boom. Every now and then I'm going to be peeking inside of the chat room. I'm going to be interacting with you guys. We're going to do a little Q&A a little bit towards the end, but let's just dive into this. So let me see. Okay, 7 minutes. All right, we good. We on time. I don't want to do this too long. Anyway, look. So first of all, what are dragons? What is serpentine energy? And why the hell do we even need to work with this, right? So first of all, we got to realize that dragons are very ancient beings. Like, they're not only old as hell, but it's like they predate the human existence. First of all, you got to realize that our ancestors were like this with dragons. And there's a lot of mythology and lore and stories about how dragons came about, and why they aren't as interactive with human beings as they used to be. We got to realize that dragons live on a parallel universe or a different realm than we do. So to tap into dragon magic is not as difficult as people may think it is. But I will say this, that dragons are very skeptical about who they work with. Because of history and the patterns of humanity, dragons kind of shielded themselves from us. Once upon a time, we lived in a world where fairies, dragons, spiritual beings, these creatures, mythological beings were walking side by us. They even say this in a lot of ancient scriptures that, dinosaurs, which were dragons, they just had a different name. Dinosaurs once walked side by side with man or humanity, right? Human beings. So they talk a lot about this, talking about giants, the Nephilim, talking about dragons, the reptilian, the giant serpents. Even in the Bible, if you guys are familiar with the Genesis, they talk about how the serpent, which was Satan, seduced Eve. So we got to realize that a lot of things been happening in history to kind of program our mind to think dragons or serpents evil, right? Since medieval times, they've been saying that serpents or dragons are evil, that they, dragons take and take away maidens. We even seen this in fairy tales when we were younger, how the princess would be, locked up in this castle, and the dragon is like, like keeping her hostage, and the knight in shining armor has to come and save her. But what people don't realize is that they say that dragons are attracted to maidens, which are women, right? Because women were like the gatekeepers or the spiritual portals for these dragons to communicate through, for these serpentine energies to come through, because women were known as oracles, right? Oracles, healers, mediums. So women were very powerful at this time. And dragons were one of the ways that humans interact with them to get this wisdom, this knowledge, this ancient science, alchemy, magic, all of these mystery schools and stuff had a lot of these teachings from dragons, serpentine energy. So one may even argue and say that the serpent and the dragon are one and the same, they're just different names. There's different types, different breeds of these draconian or dragon entities. So we got to realize that dragon magic is just as ancient as time, and dragons predate us. So they are somewhat of our ancient ancestors. So if you're into the science of, venerating your ancestors, dragons might actually be one of the elders. You feel me? Some of us even descend from these dragon tribes. Like in the Eastern pantheon, a lot of the Chinese believe that they descended from dragons. Feel me? They would call themselves the dragon tribe or the dragon people. And even when you realize that humans, that some may even say, if you guys follow the Anunnakian story with Enlil and Enki, they talk about how, humans there were two types of humans, the originals and then the ones that were made afterwards. But there was a great flood that happened that supposedly was to wipe out the humanity of human beings, because these humans were becoming too smart, too wise. Enki was bestowing this knowledge and wisdom upon them. They said that Enki was half man, half mermaid, or half fish. This is where we go into the science of the mer people, the Atlanteans, the ones who lived beneath the sea and the waters, right? We always go back to ancient Lemuria, ancient Atlantis, and we always hear about, these aquatic beings. They had all of this ancient science and this ancient wisdom. And not only that, but when you look at the sirens, you look at the mer people, the sirens, they look like serpents. You feel me? Look at a mermaid, look at a merman, look at the sirens, and you'll notice that their image is not too different from a snake. And we're going to get into that a little bit when we talk about Mami Wata, La Sirene, Marta la Dominadora, Aida Güero, Dambala. These spirits, this is why you go into ancient spirituality like Ifa, Haitian voodoo. Like you notice that a lot of these ancient religions or ancient spiritual practices, they had serpents that were very prevalent in their magic and their work and their rituals. You feel me? So we're going to get a little bit into that. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But look, you guys can do this right now. Look at your hand. Like if you look at your hand and you look at it, like we all have that web, right? We are reptilian in nature. If we are spliced from these ancient dragons or these ancient beings, a lot of us descend from them. Some people have more dormant genes than others. That's why some people are born with the gift of sight. Some people have certain supernatural gifts and talents that cannot be explained by modern science, Western science rather. So like if you open up your hands, you notice that like you have a web. Some people have a bigger web than others. And also guys, another fact or proof that we come from reptilian beings is that if you don't moisturize your skin, or if you don't put oil on your skin starts to get like really dry, ashy, and scaly, right? So you start looking like what? A reptile. Your skin starts really getting dry and scaly, right? So you got to realize that a lot of these products and stuff that they push to you is kind of to hide your true natural essence of who you are. People who are born with a lisp or who have certain speech impediments come from the Nagas, the Serpentine tribe. People who have really long tongues, right? Supernatural, like long tongues. Like I know somebody whose tongue can freaking like touch like the top of their nose. Like it's really crazy. Like they can even touch their eye with their freaking tongue. I'm like, yo, that's creepy, but that's crazy. A lot of these people like Kalima come from these Nagas, these serpentine energies, these serpent draconian spirits, these draconian lineage and tribes. So this stuff is very real. And if it wasn't real, then why is it that to this day, so many people live and talk by this power? draconian power. And we're going to get a lot more into like how to establish your dragon tribe, your dragon clan. Because there's different types of dragons, there's different type of dragon clans, and there's other symptoms and other signs or defects, right? That's what modern science would say is defects that you guys can look for to kind of discern which dragon tribe you come from. And we talk about that more, so we go deeper into that in the class, the Dragon Magic class. So that link is also in the description if you guys want to sign up for that. So boom. We already talked about like the two different signs of you coming from this reptilian, draconian bloodline, like we were spliced from it, right? So anywho, like I said, there was two types of human beings. Some of them was wiped out earlier on in time because, you know, the gods, this is part of the lore. They have different stories and different, you know, in times, but based upon the whole, you know, Inky, the book of Inky, he talks about how, you know, these humans, it says my internet connection is unstable. Okay, let me make sure that we still good. You guys can still hear me. All right. Okay, we still good. All right. So also guys, there's a little delay with the video and the audio, so just bear with me, okay? Because I'm going between two different windows, two different things since YouTube's acting up on me. But make sure you guys also just support the channel, hit that thumbs up, and thank you for the people who's donating. Thank you so much for the donations. I shade, since YouTube be trying to demonetize, the donations definitely do help. Okay, so anywho, so weird. It's sad that I have to go to do two different things. Where was I? One thing that I will say, what is that? Oh, somebody just signed up for class. Okay, these classes going quick, guys. So let me just put that on vibrate for a second. Where was I? So we was talking about like the two different types of human beings. So this is why certain people come from the originals, and then they were copies. So according to this myth, they were saying that the first human beings became very rebellious and they were becoming too powerful where the gods couldn't handle them. And so what they did was Enlil tried to wipe them out. This was the Great Flood. He tried to wipe them out. However, Inky was able to save some of them. And those descendants who were saved, right, children of the Anunnaki or the Nephilim, who were, you know, part God, part human or whatever, some of them are us today. Some of us are their descendants. Some of us may have that one drop of that divine essence in us. And that's why a lot of us are naturally rebellious. That's why a lot of us have spiritual abilities that we can't explain. That's why a lot of us probably grew up feeling kind of outcast or black sheeps, because we knew somehow, some way we were different. And if you're watching this right now, there's no accident, no coincidence that you're watching this video. This video is meant for you to watch because there's a reason why you need to tune into this. There's a reason why your spirits, ancestors, or your guides drove you here at this time. Whether you feel like an outcast, a black sheep, or just like different from everybody else, there's a good reason why you may be. So you may be one of the originals, feel me, coming from that serpentine draconian energy, and you are a natural rebel, and you come here to bring and usher in that new Aquarian age, that new way of thinking, the new paradigm shift, tapping into the ancient draconian magic. And that's what we're going to get a lot deeper into. But I want to first talk about the science and the history before we start giving rituals and spells and stuff like that, so you guys can get a broader understanding of why it is that you need to tap into this. Not saying that this is something that you should take lightly, but this is something that's really powerful that literally can change and shift your life and reality. Dragons are so powerful that they can shift dimensions and they can shift matrices, and they can literally morph time and space. This is why, for the anime fans in the building, you feel me? Shout out to my otakus, right? Yo, for the people who watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, you know about the Dragon Balls, right? How if you can get the 7 Dragon Balls, you're able to summon the dragon, and you can make a wish. Depending on which dragon, sometimes you can make 3 wishes, sometimes you can make 1 wish. But anyway, this stuff is very real. These dragons that you summon, these different talismans and amulets that you gather, these different crystals, they're known as Dragon Balls in the anime, but the myth between the legend of the dragon or the serpent and the pearl is very real. Pearls are very precious. Pearls are correlated to the moon, as well as the sirens, the Atlanteans, as well as the, what is that? The water, the elemental water, the water, element of water. Okay. So what that anime, that's why I love anime, because they drop a lot of science and gems, and it goes over a lot of people's heads. So maybe this is one of the reasons why a lot of y'all are attracted to anime. A lot of y'all are into fantasy. A lot of y'all into certain genres of music or movies and shows, because you know that something about this draws you in. Something about this is real, and they hide the truth in fiction. Feel me? Fact is more stranger than fiction, and it's a fact. So, anywho, you know, they have these dragons that can morph reality. And in an anime, for people that's not familiar with Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, the whole Dragon Ball franchise, basically, the whole motive of it is you get these 7 Dragon Balls. You can have any wish that you want. You feel me? The Super Dragon Balls, you can have any wish that you want. You can bring people back from the dead, i.e. necromancy. You can summon gods, summon deities. You can change time. You can go back and forth in time. So this basically shows you the power of dragons, where you can have the gift of morphing reality. And that's why a lot of y'all may know the Mandela effect, where they say that, you know, time and time, space, and things have changed. And you notice that there's something different. When you guys get a chance, check out the Mandela effect. It's a very real thing. Some people may be skeptical about it, and that's cool. You know, I always tell people to be skeptical about everything. But like I said, I got some books and resources for you guys to check it out for yourself about dragons, dragon magic, this dragon energy, and how to work with these serpentine powers to help you. Right? These dragons can literally change your life. Working with dragons, if you already are into metaphysics, magic, the occult, you know, working with dragons will definitely set you on a whole nother level. I'm telling you right now, like working with certain deities like Marta la Dominadora, working with Aida Güero Dambala, working with La Sirene, working with Yemaya, working with Mami Wata, working with, what's another ancient deity? The serpent, the ancient serpents and ancient Kemet, working with the Naga tribes, working with the knowing the Naga mantras, working with Nekbet and Wajet, working with Renenet. All of these different serpents bestowed power, wisdom, knowledge, strength, protection, love, lust, sex. All of that, they taught humanity. They taught us all of this stuff. And I even have something to give you guys from one of the books that I have with Quasi Prado. And a lot of people think, you know, somebody asked me an excellent question. Somebody said, Conjure Queen, why do we work with dragons? Isn't that like an Asian thing? Isn't that like something in the East? What does that have to do with us? Now, listen, let me tell you something. For those people who are from the West or who have ancestry of Native American, such as myself, there are actually deities and beings that, and temples. There's a temple right here in the Americas where you can go and work with these dragon energies. I'm looking for it right now in this book. Hold up. That's crazy. I just, where's that cue? Oh, here we go. Oh, well, Lubana popped up. Let's see. Do I want to read Lubana? There's so many different. Listen, this is a really good book, Encyclopedia of Spirits. I'm going to put a link of all of the books that you guys should check out. I also have a link that's already made of my top books to read in my Amazon link. So that's also in the description next to the right by the class link. So let's see. Bear with me, guys. Lilith, whoo, powerful. The Sirens. Oh, I love this book, yo. Hold on, I got ya. So yeah, Yemaya, Quasi Prado, EQ. This book is thick as hell. If y'all got this book already, y'all already know. Like that's crazy because I had Quasi Prado, PQ. There we go. Okay. Quetzalcoatl, Lord of the Dawn. Haha, Quetzalcoatl. So for people who have this book, it's on page 855. You feel me? Quetzalcoatl, Lord of the Dawn. Quetzalcoatl means the plumed or feathered serpent. So if you guys go way back to even ancient Kemet, okay, they have the serpents that have the wings, right? And even in the Haitian Voodoo, they have the rainbow serpent. If you look into a lot of these ancient paths, you notice that draconian serpent energy is very potent, very powerful. Okay. So although often described as an Aztec deity, Quetzalcoatl predates the Aztecs in the Valley of Mexico by centuries. Okay. So Quetzalcoatl was a Toltec deity, the mysterious civilization who dominated the Valley of Mexico between approximately 1200 and 950 BCE. All right. Quetzalcoatl invented the calendar, metalworking, and agriculture. He gave people corn or the staff of life. It had previously been hidden away. Quetzalcoatl taught people science, architecture, and art, and established government and spiritual rituals. He discouraged human sacrifice. For the people who always say, oh, Native Americans and ancient indigenous people were doing human sacrifices, he actually discouraged it, and he recommended flower offerings instead. Unlike many other deities, Quetzalcoatl was consistently benevolent and caring towards his people. Now, he synchronized with Venus, the morning star. Now, let's get into that, because the morning star is also known as Lucifer. A lot of people say that Lucifer was the Satan, he was the devil, he was evil. But when we go back, we think about the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Who was synchronized with the serpent? Well, who we just said, Quetzalcoatl, right? That serpent energy. It was giving Eve enlightenment, saying, hey, eat this fruit of knowledge, which was most likely, people will say an apple, but some people may argue and say it was a pomegranate, because a pomegranate is actually the fruit of wisdom and knowledge. And even Persephone ate that, and it brought her down into the underworld with Hades, which is really symbolic of saying it brought her into her subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind is where the power is at. And when you activate that dragon energy and serpent energy, you activate those sleeping dormant powers that are in you. Your ancestors' powers, all of that ancient mystery stuff that you've probably forgotten since past lives is going to activate. You're going to remember it. Start having dreams, start having visions. All your spiritual powers are going to be really activated. And we're going to get more into that in the class, guys. I'm really excited about this because I've been working with serpents for a long time. I've been working with dragon energy for a long time. And I was really skeptical about talking about this because, like I said, this is nothing you take lightly. This is really powerful stuff. And this is for people who's really serious about taking their magic to a whole nother level. I always tell people, do not take my classes. Don't get readings from me. Don't even try to take my workshops if you're not serious about growing, if you're not serious about this craft. Some people just enter this stuff for the trends because it's trendy. But if you're really serious about elevating, you're really serious about working with dragon energy, because dragons do not play. I got my amulet on me right now. I'm going to teach you guys in the class also how to charm your own dragon amulets. So that way, wherever you go, you are protected by dragon energies. A lot of beings on the spiritual realm do not mess with dragons because dragons do not play. Dragons are there's some demons that don't even fuck with dragons. That's how serious it is. So if you feel like you've been under spiritual attack, if you feel like, you need some dragon protection, even for your family and stuff like that, we're going to talk about in the class, we're going to get into how to make a dragon altar, how to charge your amulets for the dragon power, how to notice and identify who your dragon clan is, because there's different types of dragons, you feel me? And this exercises, practical exercises to channel and invoke these powers, so that way you can start working with your particular dragon energy. Everybody's born with a dragon guide, but not everybody grows or learns how to activate it. Feel me? Everybody has potential, but not everybody realizes that potential. And in this class, we're going to talk a lot about how to activate your hidden potential, how to activate those dormant powers, how to get that Kundalini energy activated so you can get all of those chakras opened up. I'm going to give you guys a ritual in a minute to get you guys started. So anyway, that's his science. He's the Venus, the morning star. He's also recognized with snakes. Okay. And that's funny. They talk about dragons as well. Like I said, I gave you guys the page 855 and Encyclopedia of Spirits. You could check it out for yourself. I got the Amazon link. After this blog, I'm going to post a link in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. Let me just peek in here for a second, look at the family in the building. Also, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right. I'm peeking up in here. Okay. I'm just peeking up in here in the live. Okay. So one thing that I will say, this channel, these classes that I do is not for everybody. There's some people that may come up in here saying this is really satanic, this is evil, but this is an example of exactly what I was just saying, that all of this stuff has been conditioned to us to think that this is evil, to think that the science is wicked. But if you go back into ancient times, you know, serpent energy, draconian energy, this magical power has been within us and carried throughout the women. You know, men are able to tap into this energy too, but more so the women were able to channel these dragons. That's why they say dragons were attracted to maidens, because to be honest with y'all, dragons are more hostile towards men than women. And the reason is because history. Like, you got to realize that when the Crusaders came and they pretty much told everybody, you know, we got to destroy these women, these witches that's working with the devil, the serpents, right? Who's in cahoots with the devil or their familiars. And, you know, sometimes these women probably had some snakes, or these women had like cats. And if you guys realize, cats are also related to that serpentine energy. That's why cats are the only freaking mammals that have serpent eyes. Don't you guys realize that? Like, look at any other mammal. Cats are the only ones that I know of that have the serpentine dragon-like eyes. Look at a cat's eyes. They're very mysterious. They're very, like, cats are very mythical, and cats are also gatekeepers. They're able to go into different dimensions like dragons. So for you guys who have cats, or you guys have reptiles, reptilian snakes, or whatever, you know, in your household, it's really good to have that, to bring that draconian or dragon energy in your house. You feel me? So what did we get into? So we got into that. Also too, dragons, like I was saying, like the Crusaders came and they killed a lot of these magical women, these shamans, these healers, because they had the power to tap into the serpent energy. The Crusaders, or these men, didn't like the fact that these women had all of this power. So they say, you know what, since we can't destroy the dragons, let's destroy the women, because the women are the ones that's bringing this draconian energy and shifting these realities. And we can't have that, because we need to have the church have all of the power. These women can't have this power. You know, nobody should have more power than God, or the Christian God, or the Catholic God, or church. So let's kill them, and then the dragon energy should dissipate. So that was their plan. So after a while, they started killing off the women, killing off the shamans, the medicine men, the medicine women, the priestesses and stuff like that, who were able to channel these deities or these gods. They started to destroy the temples, the mounds and stuff like that. And then they started to educate the children and say, you know, in the Catholic churches and stuff, you always see of these dragon slayers, these dragon, you know, the dragon slayers and stuff like that. That's why one of the reasons why when I work with St. Martha, I don't really like to have the picture. They have like three different Marthas. Well, they have more than three Marthas, to be honest. St. Martha has different paths. She's known as Lubana, Marta la Dominadora, Marta la Bruja, and some other stuff. But they, you know, the image that I will always tell people, that like my clients and stuff, get the St. Martha who's like dark skinned. She has two serpents, and she has like the little boy in her lap. That's the statue that I have. Now, there's other ones where you see St. Martha like that's like stepping on a dragon. Now, this is the thing. I know it's symbolic, but you got to realize that St. Martha, which is also a serpentine energy, is not that she destroyed or like had a hate relationship with the serpent energy. She was able to manipulate and use it. She was a snake charmer, right? These women were able to seduce and even charm dragons. Do you realize how powerful that energy is? Using your seductive sexual femininity to charm a dragon, to have a dragon do your bidding, to have a dragon work with you, work for you. And I'm not what you don't want to do. Don't think you could be out here commanding and telling the dragon what to do, because dragons don't have to work with you. They are so advanced. They don't need anything from you. If they choose to work with you, that's either because somebody in your ancestry probably did, or they like your spirit and they realize that you have a true heart. That's why I say don't approach these dragons if you just doing this to play around, because dragons are going to test you. Before a dragon works with you, it's going to test you. It's going to say, okay, let me see if this person is worthy. They're going to give you some tests. Everybody's test is different. They tested me too. They might give you one test. They might give you 3 tests. They might give you several tests. How long these tests is going to take, it really depends on you. The main thing is they're going to test your character. They're going to test your patience. They're going to test your willpower. They're going to test your spirit. They might even test your physical, stamina. It really depends on what the dragon wants to do. Because if the dragon tests you and you can't even pass, let's say for instance, you might have an addiction to, I don't know, smoking, right? The dragon might say, you know what? I want you to stop smoking for at least 7 days. Don't smoke anything for 7 days. Now, to a person who's used to smoking a pack a day, that's going to be hard. So they're going to have to make that decision. Do you really want to work with that dragon that bad where you're willing to sacrifice your addiction? Or will you curve and crave into that and fold and go back to your old ways? So the dragon's going to test you, because if you can't even control your own base level urges, dragon's not going to work with you. Dragon's going to say, well, you still attached to your humanity. I don't want to work with you. Dragons don't really like humans like that. Remember, in my dark magic videos, I'm always telling you guys how to ascend past the humanity, how to evolve past that. That's what this freaking channel is all about. It's about elevating and transcending your lower base self. So yeah, shout out to, all right, I see more family members coming up in our building. Ashe. And I'm a little chatty patty over here, so, bear with me, forgive me, family. All right, make sure you also hit that thumbs up button. We got 555 people up in here. Y'all already know that means big change. 555 means big change is coming. The paradigm shift is here. Ashe? Okay. So, and shout out to everybody who's donating. I appreciate you. And also to the new members that's signing up. I'm getting notifications on my phone. All right. So class, the seats is limited seating. It's an online class. I know people was asking, if they have to attend physically. No, you don't have to attend physically. This is an online class. So as long as you have internet access, you'll be able to tune into the class. So how you sign up for the class, the link is in the description. For the Dragon Magic class, it's going to be this Sunday, February 16th. And I'm also going to be talking a lot about different, working with the sex magic, the Kundalini energy, protection, how to set up a dragon altar, how to protect your family members from evil people, from negativity, from the supernatural, as well as the natural forces. Dragons are really powerful and you want to have them on your side. You feel me? The dragons were so powerful that dragons are known to hide treasures. Dragons are known to have wisdom. Now, when we think about dragons, protecting treasure, what is the most valuable treasure ever? Knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. So people will hunt and look for these dragons because there was a myth that dragons had alchemical stone, right? And that's a really deep aspect, because if you have a vision of a dragon giving you a gift in a dream or whatever, and some of you guys, if you have dreams about dragon, if you were born in the year of the dragon, you really need to pay attention to this, and you really need to take that course, because this is going to really open up your eyes to a lot of your dormant powers. Some of you guys already, like I said, some of you guys may have multiple dragons. There's elemental dragons, there's the cardinal dragons, there's dragons of chaos, there's dragons of light, there's dragons of creative energy, creation. There's like dragons of love, dragons of health, dragons of all of these different type of dragons. So to really get deeper into that, I'm just going to touch upon it here, but more so go deeper in the class. Like I said, this draconian energy is not something to take lightly. And y'all, for me to tell you guys that, I'm telling you right now, dragon magic is not for everybody, and that's okay. Some people cannot handle it. Not saying that you're weak. Some people is just not cut out to work with that. Some people like working with other different energies than dragons. Shout out to the new members up in the building. Ashe. So somebody said dragonflies. Good question. Dragonflies. I would say that dragonflies, I know, represent good luck. If a dragonfly lands on you, that's really, really, really good luck. Ashe. Thank you for the donation, Monique Reed. Ashe. I'm getting notifications on my phone as well as here. How many minutes are we into this? Okay, we're 39 minutes. All right, so look, this is what I will say. And shout out to everybody who's signing up for the class and also donating. Dragons and dinosaurs are one and the same, right? Like I was saying before, they talk a lot about dragons in anime and fantasy and stuff like that. They talk about the dragons. So you guys want to do research on dragons and dinosaurs and realize that they are one and the same thing. They lived really, really, really long time ago. And some may even say that there's still some dragons that live today. Like for instance, here in Louisiana, in the swamp, there's this really huge ass freaking alligator and crocodile alligator. I think it's an alligator. No, it's an alligator. And it's probably like one of the freaking biggest. When I seen this thing, when I went on the swamp tour, if you guys ever come to New Orleans, do the swamp tour. And I'm telling you, like, go to the swamp. It's a big ass freaking alligator. This thing is so huge, it looks like a freaking dinosaur, you guys. Like, there are still some dragons or dinosaurs that are alive. So don't let them fool you in thinking that, okay, that was a myth or whatever. Like, no, these reptilian creatures that were huge. Dragons were swimming. There's dragons in the water. There's dragons that crawl. There's dragons that flew. Like, they are, it's very rare that you will find a dragon in the material realm. Oh, let me charge my thing. My battery about to die. It's very rare that you will find a dragon in the material realm, but you will find dragons in the astral world or in the fourth and fifth dimension and higher. We're going to talk about that in the class. Sex sirens. Now, for you guys who celebrate Valentine's Day, sex sirens, first of all, when we think of sex sirens, we think of like Yemaya, she deals with fertility, right? Abundance. Starbucks uses the sex siren draconian energy by using Yemaya or Mami Wata as one of their logos. Look at the Starbucks logo. It's a mermaid. Mermaids are synchronized, if not cousins or kin, to the draconian serpentine energies. That's why if you have an image of a mermaid, like I have a little fountain that's next to me. I have my mermaid altar with the water crystals and everything. You feel me? I do my prosperity work next to it. Like, it really will help bring you prosperity. Dragons love treasure. So if you have, like, you know, I'm just going to give you guys a tip. You know, wearing certain jewelry, wearing certain crystal stones and, you know, metals attracts dragons. There's ways to attract dragons to you. Yes, sex sirens are very real. So if you guys want to start working with sex magic, kundalini energy, activating that power, working with the sex sirens, if you guys are singers or artists, poets or musicians, working with dragons, working with sirens will definitely help you in your musical endeavors. Sirens were known to have beautiful voices that captivated people. Shout out to people signing up for the class. Ashe. They have beautiful voices to captivate people and pull people in. If you're very shy or timid, or let's say you have like low self-esteem, working with the sirens will bring you beauty and youth and also attractiveness, doing like lust baths and things of that nature. Right, like bathing in catnip with roses and lavender helps to activate that siren energy within you. Now, one thing that I will say, let me see, what did we cover? Working with Renenet is good for prosperity and money. Renenet is the Egyptian goddess who works with wealth, prosperity. If you have a business, if you want to get a raise, working with Renenet helps you. Quasicado is good for wisdom, for health, abundance, fertility. Be careful of the reptilian hoax. Like, I know there's a whole bunch of YouTube videos that talk about reptilians being evil and stuff like that. But remember, just like there's a human race, there's a reptilian race. And I feel like that was kind of like the agenda, how, in the Middle Ages or the medieval times, they was going around saying how dragons or, these serpents were evil. But these serpents were, or dragons were like some of the animal spirits or totems of these witches, brujas, spiritual women, and even men. And so that's why they went on that whole pillage of villages, destroying, temples and sacred land and all of that stuff, like wiping out tribes and stuff. But getting back on topic, be careful of the reptilian agenda, the hoax, where there's a lot of videos telling you like, reptilians are evil and stuff like that, don't work with reptiles, because like I just proved, like everybody has, if you are a human or in a human body, then, you have, if you open up your hands, you have like web-like, the little webs in between your fingers, your digits. If you have 6 fingers, 6 toes, you come from the Nephilim. Like I went into this in my previous video. I'm gonna give you guys some resources too. Encyclopedia of Spirits, as well as the the element of encyclopedia of magical creatures, right? And also there's other resources and stuff like that I'm going to give inside the class of like certain incantations and prayers that you guys can use to summon and call forth these beings and deities. Because like, you know, oh, that's another thing. One thing you want to make sure that you don't do, if the dragon comes to you and you make contact with the dragon, ask them their name, right? I'm going to give you guys practices and stuff like that to summon the dragon in the class. But what I will say is if a dragon has come to you, whatever you do, do not ever, ever, ever tell anybody that dragon's name. The name that the dragon gives you is for you only. That's like your password. So when you call that dragon and it under like that dragon may personally probably give only you that name. So if you give that name to everybody else or everybody, then that could work against you. And not only that, but dragons are big on secrecy. So a dragon may test you to see if you have a big mouth. You feel me? Loose lips sink ships. So if that dragon tests you and say, okay, I'll give you my name. Here's my name. Dragon will not give you their true name because that will give you power over them. They're smarter than that. But they'll give you a nickname or a name just for you. Calls them by that name, that dragon will lose faith in you and probably won't ever come back to you again because you've lost their trust. Dragons already don't trust human beings. Like I said, like the whole men with the Crusaders destroying dragons and trying to wipe out a certain species and stuff like that. That stuff happens. They don't trust them. That's why the dragons just chilling on the 4th and 5th dimension and higher. So that way, people who are of low vibration, people who only operate on 3D and lower, you feel me, that low frequency energy, they can't even reach dragons. But if you're the type of person who dream about dragons, always been fascinated with dragons or reptiles or dinosaurs and stuff like that, then that could be a clue that you need to work with that energy. If you was born in the year of the dragon, I'm sweating bullets right now. That's why I feel like I'm channeling a little bit. If you was born in the year of the dragon, definitely you need to work with them. So we're going to get into, I gave you guys the resource. I'm also going to post a link in the description. What else? I feel like I didn't go over something. Yeah, working with them sex sirens is going to really help some of y'all brujas out tomorrow, even the fellas. Okay, so here's something that you guys can do. Now, if you need help, activating that Kundalini energy, like everybody has that sleeping serpent inside of them. But just some people can easily activate it. Meanwhile, some people have really difficult time. If you feel like it's really difficult for you to activate your chakras, activate that serpent power within you, the sleeping serpent, what you can do is either get some dragon balm or some tiger's balm. You can get this from like a pharmacy, go to like an Asian market. Asian markets always have it. Go to a Chinatown, Asian store, whatever. And what you'll do is you'll just don't use a lot, okay? Because you're gonna end up burning yourself because this stuff is like, it's really strong, okay? They got the extra strength one. You can just like dab a little bit, like put a little on your finger. It's like a salve or like a little like ointment. And like you'll put some like on the main points of your chakras. So usually you'll put on your third eye, right? You'll put it on a dab here, on your chest, on your sacral, which is above your navel, a dab like on the pelvic area. Don't go too low because you're going to end up burning your hoo-ha or your private parts. And put some on the back of your your lower back, like where your tailbone is at, right? So a little bit above your butt crack. You'll put it there, right? And you rub it on your lower back. So a lot of times when you guys have lower back pain, that's because your Kundalini energy is activated, but it's blocked and is not able to rise up like it needs to. That's why if you look at ancient Kemet, the pharaohs and the ancient queens and kings, they had like the serpent, the cobra coming out of his third eye. Look at the crown. He had the vulture and the serpent coming out his third eye. That represented him awakening his dragon energy. His serpent energy was awakened and it was like coming out of his third eye, which means that he can see beyond the physical. He had the all-seeing eye. He can see all things, be in all places at once. He transcended time and space. and working with this draconian energy, that dragon magic will definitely help take your magic to a whole nother level. Astral projection, time travel, warping realities. This stuff is very real. And the people in power, the elite in power knows about this. That's why they have all of this stuff that's talking about stay away from reptilians, stay away from that serpent energy, stay away from that. It's satanic, it's evil, it's the devil. But guys, like I always say, research. Research. In the age of freaking knowledge and information, ignorance is a choice. I cannot stress this enough. So that's something that you guys could do, very practical. Do this when you're meditating, you know, deep breathing, meditating. You can meditate like in a dark room, light some candles, you know, have your incense or oils burning, dragon's blood. We're going to get into some of the crystals and also herbs that summon these dragons in the class. Burning certain aromas, certain herbs, certain minerals awakens the dragon and serpent energy within you, invokes it, means to pull it in, as well as it brings them in from outside. So outside and as within, so without, as without, so within, as above, so below, as below, so above, right? Love correspondence. Yes, 1 in a million. The coffee bath is also good to activate your chakras as well. However, if you want to take the coffee bath and then do the dragon's balm and tiger's balm on the points of your chakras, that also helps as well. So yeah, I give y'all guys lots of rituals and free recipes all the time. And who was that? Thank you so much for the donation, Jesse. Like I said, sorry guys if I'm not reading the chat because I have to open up 2 different windows. YouTube is acting a little weird for me. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night. Something told me to sign up for the class, and I did. Ashe also had a vision when I bought a dragon bracelet. It broke. Okay, if you had a dream that an amulet broke or whatever, it could be that you need better protection. Maybe something or somebody is trying to breach your spiritual protection. Did you charm? I don't know how you charmed your bracelet, but guys, if you are buying amulets or talismans, make sure that you charm it. Make sure your energy into it so that it can work. An amulet is nothing unless you put energy and fuel into it. The magic is inside of you. And we talk about that in the class as well. Like you have to learn how to put your energy into that amulet so that it can do what you want. Like I personally charge all of my crystals, all of my gems, everything that I wear, I charge it. So it has my energy and I know for certain like who touched it, what happened to it, how it was, all of that stuff is my energy. So you want to make sure that you put your energy, your power, your incantations, your spells into that. And we're going to talk about the incantations and spells to invoke certain deities like Marta la Dominadora, how to work with her energy. I love Marta because one, you know, she definitely is the gatekeeper to teach you a lot about serpent energy, a lot about dragon secrets. There's certain things that dragons will teach you that you're not supposed to tell anybody else. There's certain things that's just for you. There's certain things that, you know, like they said, they test you. So be ready to be tested. Be ready to be serious about this dragon energy. It's nothing to play with. It's nothing to take lightly. But yeah. So like I said, in the class, we're going to get into way more stuff. We're going to get into the different types of dragons, how to analyze your dragon tribe, and, you know, pretty much how to summon these dragons, how to work with these dragons for sex magic, money, wisdom, power, warping reality, wishing dragons, which are really potent, and places that you can go to find these dragons in the astral realms in the 4th and 5th dimension, because it's not easy finding dragons. They don't like human beings. They literally stay away from you on purpose. But there's certain ways that you can change your vibration so that way you can it could be easier accessible to tap into them. Some of you guys are eating certain foods and practicing certain things that inhibit your ability to open your chakras, to tap into that serpent energy and to open the draconian magic. You feel me? Shout out to everybody who's donating, and shout out to the people who signing up for the class and getting notifications on my phone. I have my phone on silent because it will be sitting here beeping the whole time. I don't want to be rude. I shade. So anyway, let's get to these questions really quickly before we get out of here. 588. Anybody have any questions for me? Ashe. Anybody have any questions for me? Hi, Lady Hathor. I remember the Spyro the Dragon. I had that game. Yeah, I used to love Spyro. Shout out to Spyro. Shout out to Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. You feel me? True anime head. Let's see. Yes, if you want to work with that siren energy, make sure you bathe in that freaking like catnip bath. Yes, add a little cinnamon for spice. Not too much because you're gonna burn your hoo-ha. Toshi, you're gonna have to watch the live over. If you just coming in, my love. Dang, I'm sweating. Why am I sweating so much? It's not even that. It's cold out here today. It's cold out here today. Let's see. You can find more information on St. Martha. I have a video talking about St. Martha, and I also have, I'm gonna post the books, Encyclopedia of Spirits, if you guys want to know more about like the different serpent energy, the different dragon spirits, Encyclopedia of Magical Creatures. I'm also going to post the link so you guys can find the books. I use Amazon. I'm the Amazon queen. Amazon has all the books and they ship really fast. So you could probably get in like a day or two to your house for a really good price. Let's see. Sirens are very seductive people. Like there's some people who walk with dragons, that serpent energy, and they don't even realize it. That's why certain people who have that draconian energy is very magnetic, very charming. You know, we're going to talk about the water dragons. We're going to talk about the earth dragons. We're going to talk about the, you know, fire and air, all of that. Yes, huh? Somebody said Dragon Ball's even spilling the beans since the 90s. That's a fact. I'm reading this. Terion says, I have to work on Sunday. Could I pay for the class and watch later? Oh, good question, Terion McQueen. So for people who have work or who have, you know, things to do that Sunday, but they want to still attend the class, all of the classes are recorded. So if you are to, you know, if you get a slot in, you'll be able to get the link and you'll still be able to watch it for life. So that's a good question, my love. It's an online class. Once the class is done, it's going to be recorded. So for everybody who attended the live class, it's going to be a live class. We're going to do Q&A and everything, very interactive. You'll be able to have that link for life. So you'll have that class for life. You don't have to worry about losing it. As long as you save that link, you're good. Okay, my love? Okay, Terion McQueen? So yes, that was a good question. How does Oregon protect? It keeps off bad energy, bad EMF waves. Owls are associated with Hecate. I know that. Faith E. Let's see. The ancestor veneration class will be made available soon. I haven't posted it up yet, but I'm working on that. Co-creating and elevating. Do I still identify as a star seed? I do believe that my soul and spirit transcends this reality here. So I guess you could say so. I don't really like labels much, but I guess so. What's a siren? We talked a little bit about that in this segment. A siren is pretty much connected to the draconian and serpentine energies, half man, half woman, half fish, half man, human. They go way back to ancient Atlantis, even probably further than that. But I would say look up sirens. Look up a siren and see what that's about. Also, look at the book that I said, Encyclopedia of Spirits. A mermaid king came to you in your dream, Banka Brewer. That's powerful. Probably was Inky, probably was Agwe. These are spirits that are connected to the sirens. Sirens are not just, they have like the male version and the female version. Thank you, Raha Hurt Ashe. Sabrina, thank you for the donation. She says, does dragon blood resin help the draconian energy? Excellent question. Yes, it does. That's actually one of the resins that we're going to talk about in the class, my love. The dragon, I love dragon's blood because dragon's blood also helps to channel and summon that draconian energy. Excellent question, Sabrina. Yeah. There's certain herbs and other resins you mix with dragon's blood in order to make it more potent. But dragon's blood by itself is really powerful. But you got to be careful because sometimes dragon's blood, if you work with certain deities or certain spirits, it could be a bit much for them and it kind of pushes them out your house. So if you guys do work with like demons or dark entities for protection, you got to be careful with dragon's blood because it can actually banish them. Okay, that's why there's certain herbs you got to mix with dragon's blood so it won't be too overwhelming for your ancestors and your spirits and stuff like that. Mixing certain resins and herbs together actually can have adverse effects, so you guys got to be careful. Oh yes, Diara, the art of seduction. Yes, Robert Greene talks about the sirens and the art of seduction. Good eye, Diara. That's one of my favorite books. I love The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. He talks about the sirens. He says the siren is it's different types of seductresses. It's different types of seducers. He says for women, the siren is the most seductive of all of the different types. So if you can master the art of the siren, if you could tap into those siren energies, which a lot of these artists, music artists and celebrities tap into. Like if you ever wonder like why like Megan Thee Stallion taps into that siren energy. I put that up on my Instagram. She taps into that siren energy heavy, hard body she does. Plus she's a musician. So she taps into that sex goddess energy. Like I said, if you're an artist, a singer, musician, tap into that siren energy. What else? Who else? Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj. Who else? Cardi B. Think of what's her name? Can't think of that girl's name right now. Oh Lord, I have her on my Instagram too. I can't think of her. Rihanna, and that young girl. Forgot her name. She's on my Instagram too. I'm looking for it right now because I hate when I think of a person and I can't think of their name. Oh well. I can't think of it. Oh well, forget it. I don't know what her name is. I can't. Oh, Summer. Summer Walker. Summer Walker works with her. Think of any sexy ass seductive celebrity. They working with that siren energy. Beyonce works with the siren energy, but she also works with Oshun, which is somewhat tapped into that siren energy because Oshun deals with the fresh waters. But yeah, listen, I'm telling you guys, whoo, I'm excited for this Dragon Magic class, baby, because, whoo, man, once you guys start unlocking your freaking sexual energy, a lot of you guys are reincarnated goddesses. I talk about this in my other video. Like a lot of y'all are incarnated goddesses and you just like sleeping goddesses. You don't know who you are. You don't know your power yet. But once you tap into that draconian energy, once you realize who the fuck you are, once you remember and you open up your subconscious mind, yo, whoo, baby, you're going to be so freaking powerful and unstoppable. It's going to be crazy. Facts. So I think I went through everything. But yeah, the link is in the description. Sign up for the Dragon Magic class. That's going to be February 16th, Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Limited seats, first come, first serve. And we're going to get into ritual spells, practical exercises to invoke that dragon energy. Oh man, I'm excited. It's going to get real. It's going to get real. All right, we over an hour. So anyway, look, thank you everybody who tuned into this segment. I know we got a little bit deep. We had a little technical issues in the beginning, but it's all good. Shout out to the family in the building. If you guys, shout out to the new members who became new Divine Royalty members. If you guys want to be members, just press the join button next to the subscribe button, or just click the link in my description. Also, thank you everybody who donated. Thank you everybody who donated to the channel. Thank you everybody who donated to the Cash App. Donations definitely do help. That link is also in the description. And what else? Don't forget to like, show your support, like, also comment, subscribe, and share, and let us know what you think about draconian energy. Have you worked with the dragons? How has dragons worked with you? And if you're going to be signed up to the class, I will see you Sunday. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you everybody who tuned in, and the link is in the description. And I will see you. Oh wait. Somebody said something really interesting. Somebody brought up Satanism. Before we go, I think it's really interesting that they talking about Satanism, which is really that Saturn or Saturn energy, which is also somewhat correlated to the serpents, correlated to the draconian energy. Inky, they say that the devil has the pitchfork, which is the trident. Then when you look at Inky, he has the trident. Poseidon has the trident. They talk about the underworld or the subconscious mind. Agwe has the trident. Yemaya has the trident. These are all connected to the sirens, the serpent energy, the draconian energy, the deep waters of the subconscious mind. Talking about dark magic, talking about hidden magic, forbidden magic. I want you guys to know that when you start working with this, you're probably going to get, some people are going to be hating on you because this power is really potent. People are going to say it's demonic. People are going to say it's evil. But remember, this is all a test. Shout out to the people that signed up for the class. Sorry for the beeping. But yeah, listen, this is what I'm just going to leave you guys with. I don't want to hold you guys too long. It's already been an hour. But I will just say this. Don't let other people's scrutiny and opinions drive you away from what you want to do. If I cared about what people thought about me, I wouldn't be doing this YouTube. I wouldn't be speaking my truth. I wouldn't be sharing my experiences. I only share what works for me, and I only share what I feel like will help you. And I only give you resources to help you to improve yourself. I give you books, I give you links, I give you websites. I even sometimes shout out other YouTubers that I recommend. So I do this because I want you guys to grow. We're all connected in this journey, whether we may realize it or not. You're watching this for a reason, and I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Every cause has an effect. Every effect has its cause. You feel me? The 7 Kemetic laws and principles. So anyway, just stating your truth. 2020, this is the year of opportunities, the year of harvest. And what better time to tap into this dragon magic and serpentine energy than now? You feel me? Let's take back our power. Let's rewrite freaking our story. And let's change this whole paradigm working with this dragon energy, because this dragon magic is going to help us rewrite and create our own reality as we see fit. We are the paradigm shifters. It's up to us to rewrite our own history, our future, and our present. Like, it's up to us to make the change. It's up to us to open up the portal for the new star seeds, new beings to come through. So, anywho, it's been fun. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I see you guys in the Dragon Magic class. Conjure Queen signing out. Peace.